Good afternoon and welcome to the Red Sofa. Today we have the pleasure of welcoming Lucy Jones from Nutrition. Nutrition offers an excellent range of supporting services including corporate wellbeing, one-to-one support and brand consultancy, and also supporting and working with women during perimenopause and menopause. Good afternoon, Lucy.
Hi.
Lucy, please give us a bit of background to Nutrition and what made you decide to set up your own business.
So I started Nutrition because there is so much misinformation out there when it comes to nutrition and healthy eating. About 98% of the information that you see online about nutrition is actually false and incorrect in one way or another, and that's really scary because you only have to jump onto TikTok, Instagram these days, and everyone is claiming that they've got the next miracle that is going to absolutely change your health, and it's just not true, and a lot of the time it is really harmful potentially. So I started Nutrition because I wanted there to be somewhere where you could go for really trustworthy, evidence-based information that's also really practical and realistic. Again, you go online and everyone is like selling these potions and these supplements and these products, claiming we've got to do such complex routines. But the reality is healthy eating and getting the right nutrients in for whatever your goal is can be really easy. So I try and make it easy for people and actually make it accessible.
What key areas does Nutrition help people with?
So my really big area of focus that I am so passionate about helping people with is perimenopause and menopause. So before I started Nutrition, I actually used to work for a menopause organisation, and this is how I gained such a big passion for helping women at this stage of life. So when I'm not working one-to-one with people, I am out in workplaces offering wellbeing support, and again this is an area that I'm so passionate about because not enough workplaces are offering nutrition as part of the wellbeing support that they're offering.
What would be typical symptoms that people would have that would make them think something isn't quite right or they need to change their lifestyle?
So for me, a really big area that I help women with is weight loss during perimenopause and menopause. And when I was working for this menopause organisation that I used to work for, one of the biggest things that we would see is women really struggling with their weight. And that is because about 60 to 70% of women at this stage of life really struggle with managing their weight because weight gain becomes so much easier. So through my clinic doors, I will get a lot of women who have probably tried losing weight by themselves before, but have really struggled and now reaching out for my help.
Let's discuss more around supporting women during perimenopause and menopause. What differentiates nutrition within this, and importantly, the benefits of nutrition has on a woman going through these stages in their lives?
I think what really differentiates me is that I am very realistic and practical in terms of the advice that I give people. As I said before, so much of the advice that is given out there is just so unachievable, so I try to really strip it back down to the basics and make it easy and accessible and actually enjoyable for people, and by doing that, that's how they get the best results. Also, I appreciate that I am a much younger woman who is working in the field of menopause, and whilst I don't have that first-hand experience of menopause just yet, I have spent half a decade listening to so many women's stories about menopause and trying to understand what they're going through, and that's how I can try and relate back different ways to help these women. So I'm always trying to learn, always trying to listen, and then taking the theory of nutrition and how we can support someone to achieve their goals, taking the stories that I've listened to, and then making it practical and realistic, and that is how I think I can get people the best results.
As previously mentioned, I noticed that you offer corporate wellbeing. As a small business ourselves, can you explain the benefit of nutritional wellbeing within the workplace?
Absolutely, and I personally think that all size businesses, no matter how small or big, can benefit from having wellbeing support in their place, particularly nutrition support. So actually only 56% of businesses in the UK provide some type of good lifestyle support. Now in my eyes that needs to be 100%, and the reason why I'm so passionate about more workplaces talking about and getting nutrition support in, it can have massive impacts on things such as people's productivity and their energy levels. If someone is feeling really low in energy, they're probably showing up to work but not being their most productive self, and that probably means that your outputs and your deadlines aren't being met as well as they possibly could be, so that might be having an impact on revenue. But also it's really important that your staff have energy so that they can get their day's work done but then still go home and do all of the activities they've got planned for the evening as well. And actually there's a statistic out there that says about 43.6 days per year are lost due to poor health in the UK. So that's potentially 43.6 days per staff member where they are coming into work but they're not feeling their best, so they're not being as productive as they could be. And if you think about how many staff you may have at your company, actually those 43.6 days per person really do start to add up. And the way that nutrition can come in is, well, it can support energy levels, it can help people to strengthen their immune system so that they don't get colds and end up needing to take lots of time off work, because if they've got a stronger immune system, they're better able to kind of fight that infection and keep going and feel better quicker.
Is there anything new on the horizon that you are looking to do with nutrition?
Absolutely. So something that I'm really trying to focus on this year is making, as I said, kind of one of my missions really is to make nutrition advice more easily accessible and practical. So something that I'm really investing some time in this year is expanding my education hub on my website. And this is a resource with lots of fantastic blogs on there that are written by myself. They're all evidence-based, but also I'm really lucky that I found some trustworthy nutritionists who are helping me to write these blogs so that I can try and produce as many as possible, so that there's more information out there that is evidence-based, so that we can start reducing that percentage of misinformation out there. I'm also trying to get out there and do more webinars as well, so that no matter where someone is in the UK, even globally, they can come along to a webinar and learn more about nutrition as well.
That's great. Thank you for your time today, Lucy. That's Lucy Jones from Nutrition. Please check out her website listed below in the supporting article.